What's good, 90 Day Mondays family?
Yo, what's up?
What's good? Coco, I invited you to speak, but it still says you're a listener, so hopefully we can figure that out.
She got new equipment, so
Yeah.
that has anything to do with it. Um, so part two of the tell all just aired. I just finished my after show with Josh. Josh came on and we had a good conversation. So I just wanted to get your opinions on all of this crap tonight. Like there was a lot, like Inky's newfound friendship with Sarper and
Uh,
him walking off the show, and then us finding out that he actually came to the U.S. on what was going to be a K-1 visa, and he walked off, left her, disappeared, left the country, and never spoke to her again. So like that's crazy, right?
You're talking about Inky?
Yeah, Inky. He left
yeah,
her
that's fucking nuts.
mid conversation. She basically
Mm.
said they were having a conversation. He got up, walked away, and she never saw him again.
It's fucking crazy.
Who does that? Like
A psychopath.
I get that people break up, but like when you're over here in another country on a like visa with someone, you have to at least tell them like, "Hey, I'm leaving the country," right? Like he just
Mm.
Yeah,
disappeared.
you would think, like, like, hey, by the way.
Like, yeah, I'm
I
I'm
mean,
I'm not.
I can understand that happening if there are two local people.
Well, yeah, in the U.S. we ghost people all the time. It's
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah.
We literally
Yeah.
people,
Ghosting
but
is the worst, though. I mean, I got
Mhm.
my heart severely broken by being ghosted, so I would never wish that on anyone.
well, no.
True.
See, I am 150,000% against ghosting. I think that
Hmm.
everybody deserves an
Hmm.
explanation as
Yeah,
to why it didn't
but
work
but
out.
it does happen a lot. Yeah,
No, it does.
Sure.
yeah.
Of
Because a lot of
course.
people are scared of confrontation. I think that was Inky's friend Jimmy Gummy, whatever his name is. He's basically said that Inky's scared of confrontation and
Hmm.
he doesn't know how to break up with a girlfriend. But remember, Inky said that he's never really been in an actual relationship before. So he has
Yeah.
absolutely no history of knowing how to break up with someone. So in his mind, I just have to run away. And that was
Hmm.
his way of doing it, literally leaving the country and never talking to her again. I guess the
Yeah.
first time she literally saw him again was on that screen. That
Hmm.
explains why she was so pissed off.
Yes.
Hmm.
Remember, we kept
Totally.
asking, we were like, why is she so angry? Why does she hate him so much? It made sense now because he literally ghosted her, left the country, never took her calls, never called her, never explained anything. And then when he showed up to the tell all, he was smiling. So,
Right. That's what I understand when she called him a psychopath. I'm
Hmm.
like,
yeah,
I
because,
get it. I get it.
last week we were thinking, why is she so mad? What the hell? They just broke up, move on. But
Yeah.
now that we know that he could have been dead. She would never have known the difference because he
Hmm.
never answered
No.
calls. And then she shows up. I mean, he shows up on the screen like a ghost and he's
That's
smiling.
fucking
I
crazy.
Now
I
I can get why she was enraged.
I mean, I understand
Yeah.
why she's enraged, but it doesn't take away at all from her level of annoyingness.
Well, it
Oh,
doesn't matter if someone's annoying or not. Like, I mean, they still have fucking feelings.
right.
In
Even
You know?
well, in the 90-day world, we don't care about feelings. We care
Well,
about
like, if this happened to
are we
you, how
annoyed or
would you
not.
feel, Shabooty? If this happened to you, how would you feel? How would you react?
I don't know, but that's not the point.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I am not a fan of Corona in any way, shape, or form. There's not a planet or a universe where I would even be her friend. She's the very
Right.
putting, unsettling person for me.
Mhm.
Like her attitude, everything about her is just irritating. Like you know how you go somewhere and there's something that just gets under your
Yeah.
skin. She's what
Yeah.
gets under my skin. I get
Mhm.
that, but at the same time, even dumbass people deserve closure and to be broken up with like they're human beings. She is a human. I have to give
Yeah.
that. So it would have been nice if he would have
But
said,
okay, okay. So now we're buying into everything that's Corona is saying. But let's back up and so are we not believing what was in the article where the relationship was a joke anyway? So if they kind of blew it off, he blew off the joke relationship, then that shouldn't be a big deal.
see,
So,
it
I don't
made
know.
me wonder if the relationship started out, you know how you can start out as a joke or whatever, and then like you end up
It
liking the person.
developed feelings.
Yeah, aren't there like a
Yeah.
bunch of movies like that
mhm.
Yeah,
where
it's called She's All That.
yeah, it's called She's All That, where it's a joke, you're doing it as a joke,
Yeah.
and then accidentally you like the person. I was like,
Oops,
Mhm.
sorry, I'm in love with you.
maybe Corona started liking him for real. because she's really, really enraged and angry. And if it was a joke, why would she be so mad? It was a joke.
She's
I'm
not that good of a fucking actress.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
right. I think that she went into it like, yeah, let's do this. It'll be hilarious. We'll get on TV. And she spent a bunch of time with him and she actually started to like him. And I think that's why
Mm-hmm.
she's online saying that he's a bottom and he's an idiot. And because if you don't care about a person and they meant nothing to you, you wouldn't spend so much time destroying their
Yes.
right? Because
Mm-hmm.
I've dated people that I hated and then we broke up and then I've never spoke their name again. They meant nothing. I don't care. I'm not going to spend so much time trying to destroy the person. If it really meant nothing to me, it wouldn't matter.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, it's weird though with the show though. You know what annoys me about the show is like basically the cast members who are trying to continue being on the air, they always see the K1 as a way to continue their story and continue being on future seasons. So a lot of times I'm always skeptical of like, are they getting the K1 because they really love each other, or are they getting the K1 because they know
Hmm.
that's how to stay on the show? You know what I mean?
Well,
Yeah, I get
yeah,
it.
you're right because every single person on the other way has a K1 visa in process.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how I feel about that. I feel like it's bullshit. If you should just, if that's the case, stop wasting our time on the other way and just go straight to before the 90 days. Don't
Yeah.
use the other way as a filler to get you on another show. And that's what they do. Because like Sean shows up in our country, right? In our country
Mm-hmm.
on a visa because apparently they had a spousal visa in process this whole time and just didn't say anything.
Mm-hmm.
They made it seem like they had no plan. They had no idea. He was never moving here. She was moving there. It was all bullshit. They had
Mm-hmm.
a fucking visa pending the whole time they were filming. So that irritated me too.
Yeah. No, it seems like every couple has this like underlying plan to come over. Like the same way where I mean the storyline where it was like, you know, like Sarper saying like, "Oh, I would never move to the U.S. I don't like moving to the U.S." And then you find out in
Hmm.
real life he's moved to the U.S. It's like,
Right.
Not only that, but it was that was the plan all along.
yeah.
It
So
was
yeah,
already in process.
that
So
seems to
yeah,
be the case with like every couple.
and it's annoying me. It really is. It
Hmm.
started I always just say it. It started with Biniam and Ariella. Ariella was like, "Oh, I'm moving to
Yep.
Africa, Ethiopia. I'm gonna live here." And then we find out while she's still there, she's like, "Oh, his visa got approved. We're moving back to I think she's from what New Jersey. I think she said
Hmm.
Princeton.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
moving back
Princeton.
to whatever." And I was like, "So you had no intentions of ever actually moving to
Hmm.
Ethiopia, but that's what they
Of
do."
course not.
And we knew that. It's funny because when the season started, my one co-host was like, of all the people in the world, she would never make it a whole year at least in Ethiopia. And we were right. There was no chance. She was there to visit.
Hmm.
She had a return ticket the whole damn time. They just sold us that they were there to move, and it was BS.
Yeah. So give fill us in on so you talk with Josh. So did he like charm you over? So now you're on Team Josh, or are you still
I
unsure?
mean, he had a lot of interesting stuff to say. So he said that Vivian actually lived with him and Lily.
Hmm.
So
Oh,
her being really involved makes more sense now. They live together. She lived
right.
in that house. So the reason why she was so involved in everything going on is because she literally was there all the time. He said that they you saw tonight they played Legos together. They literally went places together. And he also said that there wasn't a whole lot of tension between him and her. Like when she comes on the show and she's like, I don't like you. I want my mom to leave you. I want you to go back to where you came from. I don't believe in your relationship. He said she only acted that way when the cameras were around.
Hmm.
He said that, and when she said like, "Oh, why aren't you fucking my mom?" He said she's never spoken that way in the house when no cameras were around. She was very respectful. So he said
Right.
being an actress,
Hmm.
and then when he asked her after that table scene, you know, where she asked about the dead girl or whatever and how she started all those issues, he's like, "Why did you do that?" And she was like, "For the drama." Was her response. So a lot of the stuff in his story was actually BS on Lily and her daughter's side. So
Hmm.
Hmm.
really wanted to shed some light because he's like, everybody thinks that I'm either gay or I'm an asshole, and he's like, it's none of those things. He was like, they were full of crap. He was like, they made drama and made me look bad. And he was like, and the sex thing, he said after they got married, she left 2 or 3 weeks later to go back to China, and he said there was an 8 month period between when he saw her again and when he went over there to get married. So when they said that they hadn't had sex in so many months, it's because he was in the U.S. and she was in China. He said it wasn't because he just didn't want to have sex with his wife. He said that that was actually not true. But when I asked him if it was really 5 times total, I didn't really get a straight answer. So I don't really know.
Got it.
So do you still? Well, do you consider Josh a good guy or not? Because I'm still on the fence.
I mean, I don't think he's a horrible human being.
Mhm.
I think that he said that Lily says really mean, cold things because I described her on our show as a stone cold dick killer. Because the
Mhm.
way he described her, I wouldn't want to have sex with her if you tell me that I'm inadequate, I can't please you, I'm a joke, I'm
Well,
worthless,
yeah, it's emotional, like
useless.
almost emotional abuse.
Right. So after you say all those things to me and then you want to come climb and mount me, I'm probably not going to be in the mood. Like, because now
No.
I'm
Mhm.
crap. Now I feel worthless because you called me worth. And he said it was a daily thing. Like this is he's a punching bag to her. And so it brought me to the Gino Jasmine thing where I was just like, okay, I can
Mm.
follow along as to
Mhm.
why you might have this massive tit, beautiful chick sitting in front of you and you don't want to touch her. I can follow along because it's when she opens her mouth, everything she said is insulting to you. It makes you feel like crap, and it's like, yeah, a guy on the outside of the situation looks at it as, oh, I would knock that out every night. But if they don't know what you're going through living with that person behind closed doors, so I think
Mhm.
it might have been that type of situation where he was being abused. And again, Josh seems like a sensitive, there's an alpha guy and there's a sensitive guy. I don't think Josh is an alpha guy. I think Lily needs to be with an alpha man that can handle her.
Yes.
I think that Josh
Yes.
is the guy that can deal with that type of woman, right?
Mhm. Yeah. So can let's go over the story that was on the tell-all where apparently, correct me, like, tell me if I'm understanding it correctly, but like, so Lily came to the United States to see Josh's family, and then they had a fight, and then Josh said, "No, you can't stay at this house at we're at my
Right
parents' house, and you have to get a
to a hotel.
hotel."
And he claims that's a complete lie. Lily stands by it 100%. So I guess we're like, we have to pick a side now because
I feel like I believe Lily's side on that story.
well, Josh said I never told her that she can't stay there, but then Lily was like, well, you didn't tell me I couldn't, but you made it to where I didn't want to.
Hmm.
So, you can easily make somebody feel uncomfortable if there's
Yeah.
Yeah,
somewhere.
especially when you're at your family's house, you and your
Yeah, yeah.
family
If
can be
you
total
get your
dicks to that
whole
person.
right, you get your whole family to make them feel
Hmm.
uncomfortable.
Hmm.
She might have had to leave because everybody was treating her like crap and she
Yeah.
didn't want to be in that house. So it's very possible that he told her to get the hell out. And if you're in a foreign country, this is not her country. She doesn't speak English extremely well. That's pretty devastating to tell somebody to get the hell away from me and they're only here to see you. They have no
Exactly.
they don't have any friends. They don't have a house that they can go to. So, if that was the case, that was messed up to do. That's horrible to send a person off and not care where they sleep. Shows
Is
how much.
insane.
Yeah, it's crazy. That shows how much you care, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that reminds me of when Nicole and Mahmoud, and he's like, "Fuck this, I'm getting a hotel."
Oh, and that was my favorite because he took her credit card and paid for the hotel with her.
Hmm.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, I would have murdered him.
Oh, but when he came back though, he gave her the cash. He gave her the cash. It was three
Okay.
hundred dollars. But
Hmm.
I thought it was funny because while she was out driving around looking for him, she said she got a notification on her phone that he had just charged a hotel to her credit. And I was like, "Well, you told them to leave." Literally,
Hmm.
she literally said leave. And then when he said okay and left, she got mad. I was like, "You got to watch how you talk to people. When you tell somebody
You
to
have to be literal.
yeah. Because she was like, well, why don't you just go back to your country? And he took that as, well, you don't want me here. So he got his shit and he went to the hotel. She didn't really want him to go anywhere. She just
Hmm.
wanted to.
Right.
But men sometimes don't understand where a woman is coming from when she's upset and they take things.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what happened.
Hmm. I don't know when Josh's like eyeballs bulge out of his head, I get kind of scared. I'm like, I feel like he has a temper underneath.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
do you? So you think that maybe he instigates some of the fights?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I do. I can see that,
I mean, he's a calm guy. But
which is scary.
calling somebody a useless limp dick a-hole every day, that can make the calmest of guys pretty enraged, right? So
Well,
it's very
sure.
it's very possible that he is
Mhm.
initiating a lot of these fights.
But
It's very
just the way he's like, I hope he doesn't listen to this episode. But anyway, the way he's like so lecturous, it reminds me of like a serial killer.
Oh, so like the mansplaining,
Yeah.
the way that
Or
he.
the too calm. When a man is too calm, I
Mhm.
worry.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
like
I know what you're saying.
he's just like he's like the professor in the college dorm room lecturing you, but it's in your bedroom and you're like it's not a fun situation.
Well, yeah, a woman wants to enjoy herself, not feel like she needs to take notes, right?
Hmm.
Like a woman to
Yeah.
enjoy, not feel like this is going to be on the test tomorrow, you know?
Hmm. Yeah. So
So
and
Corona's family was there, so I wanted to get y'all's opinions on their clothes because we've been talking about Corona's clothing and our choices all season.
Mhm.
So her mom, her grandmother, and her sister were all there. So Coco, I wanted to get your opinion on everybody's attire because we were talking about this. How did you feel about the ladies' clothing choices for tonight? Don't hold
Woo!
back. Just say it. Just say it.
I mean, I,
Well, let's just say this: there was a lot of boobs hanging out of people that I didn't want to see. Right? Is that how you felt?
yeah.
There was.
I think they need to call Molly and perhaps get a nice bra to fit them out. Maybe they'll seem a little more like, I don't know, doable.
I
Wait,
mean,
that's the word, right?
one
Okay.
sister, her boobs were so big; it looks like the dress couldn't even button. They were trying to.
No, it was just like last minute they went shopping, or like
Mhm.
wardrobe had a total malfunction and they're like, okay, quickly, let's go to the trash chute and see what we can pull out.
Yeah.
Um
But
Do you feel like this is why Corona dresses the way she does? Because I was like,
I mean, I think she does it because like I think she's a very pick me girl.
yeah,
mhm.
I get that too.
You know what's like, I'm so unique. Look how unique I am. I'm so unique. I'm gonna shove it in your face. That's how unique I am. So I think it's just like that's just who she is. I mean, but I can understand where she gets her style choices from now. I understand it.
Yeah, I do
Mm.
too.
Like
Yeah.
like from the production side of that segment, it was definitely like a botched segment because the whole point of them being on was to basically confront Inky or whatever, and the fact that he wasn't there and they were like talking to the friend and it was just like a botched segment.
Yep. I noticed it too because after they left, she went back to revisit Sarper and Shekinah and James and Miss, and I was like, oh
Mm.
wow. So they had this segment set up, and with him walking away and refusing to come back, they were literally grasping for straws because they brought his friend on, but his friend, like, what was his friend gonna do? We
Hmm.
can't talk to his friend. He wasn't there. He wasn't in the relationship. He wasn't even filmed.
No, his friend is that just that, his friend.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, what
Has
was
nothing to do with the fucking relationship whatsoever.
Hmm.
why do you think Inky refused to come back out? Because even Sarper said it. Sarper was like, "You have the right to give your side. She's been saying all these horrible things about you for the last 2 days. You should
I
want to defend yourself."
Yeah, but I think maybe he really is a piece of shit and then he knows it and he doesn't have anything to back it up.
So wait, you think
But-
the stuff that Corona is saying might be true? That he's a dick?
I mean, you're obviously a dick if you like just like end up like not ghosting someone. So I automatically think if someone gets ghosted, like the person who ghosted them, like I think they have asshole tendencies. It's basically like anyone who drives like the Cybertruck. I just automatically think they're a dick. Um, actually, whenever I say Cybertruck, I yelled, "Oh, there's an asshole." Anyways, but like if someone can do that ghosting you wise, especially while like they flew to like another country and did the whole visa thing, and they're just like, "Bye, see ya." Yeah, I think like there's nothing really he could say to like justify that. Do you know what I mean? Like I just don't think it's justifiable. Like
Hmm.
unless like she was abusing him or something. Like I don't know. So I think that's one of the reasons he just didn't want to like redeem himself because I don't think he could.
Interesting. I mean,
Yeah.
I was shocked that he came all the way to the US. with her, I was a little
Right.
shocked because he made it clear that he didn't want to get married. He wasn't ready for anything
Yeah.
serious. So the fact that because a lot of I was asking because I was like, can we see pictures of him here? Because is it wrong that I didn't believe it? Is it wrong that I thought it was BS? Because I was
Right.
I don't believe that he would have left his country to come over here to be with her because he made it clear to her. He's like, I don't even want to marry you. He's like, I
Well,
don't
that's
want
what I thought
to,
too.
right? He's like, I don't want to propose to you. Like, I don't want to do anything. I just want to do whatever this is, kinda. So the fact that she made it, because she's like, oh, he's like, he came here and then he was like, oh, things changed once I got here. And I was like, well, what would be different? She was kind of annoying there. So what did she do worse? Like,
Mhm.
I need to know what she did that was even more annoying because she
I
was
couldn't
annoying.
pause her on telly. I couldn't pause her
Mhm.
on Zoom. That's what was. I couldn't mute her.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm not trying to defend Inky ghosting her, but as
Yeah.
far as him not wanting to be on the tell-all debating with Corona, I understand that. I don't want her yelling at me either.
Well, yeah. I mean, facts.
He's the type of person that doesn't let you get two words in.
Hmm.
And those type of people are like the most annoying because they think they're right. So even if you're trying to make your point, they just cut you off. Because did you notice every time anyone tried to say anything to her, anyone tried to do anything, she would just cut everybody off. She just
Yeah,
thought that what she had to say was the right thing to say. Everybody else was
A-
full of
a-
shit.
and then even when she wasn't like speaking the whole time on stage, she was like rolling her eyes and
Yeah, rolling her,
drawing attention to herself even when she's not talking.
making noises. She was like, oh,
Mhm.
she's
My
such
God, I
right.
know. I was like, girl, shut the fuck up.
She
Like,
is the definition of a pick me girl.
Mhm.
I
Literally the
know. I
definition.
said that.
You know, I know. Like, if she was any more of a pick me girl, she would be on one of those dating shows waiting for somebody to give her a rose. Like
Yeah,
she would.
I'm not
So
like other girls. I'm more annoying. Um,
if there was a award for the most annoying human being, she would be in the running. Like I'm not even lying. She's annoying because if she was like, "Oh, I'm ready to date," and I was like, "I swear to all gods, if I see this biatch on the single life, somebody is gonna get an angry text from me. Somebody at Sharp." Because I was like, if y'all put this girl back on my screen, I swear to God, I'm gonna want to fight somebody. I mean it. Take
wait,
her, send her back to wherever the hell she came from.
George, are you telling me you wouldn't go out with her?
There isn't enough money in the world to pay me to even make me go. I don't mean touch her or whatever to even go and hang out with her. There isn't enough money in the world. You
Oh,
couldn't
now I know how I'm gonna do my fuck, marry, kill version.
not not a chance. Like you know how Josh wouldn't have sex with Lily. I would not touch her. Like I
Yeah.
swear to God, she is
Would you
such
would you
a.
poke her with the stick?
How long is the stick? Is it like a 10-foot pole? Maybe if it was like a 10-foot pole and it was wrapped
Yeah.
in like condoms, maybe. Like I don't know, her attitude is such a
Damn.
turn off for me when she starts talking. And don't get me wrong, I don't think she's ugly. I don't think she's unattractive.
No,
Nothing. I don't
it's
believe
her
that.
personality.
When she starts talking, it's like any ounce of like horniness in me dies. She just makes me so turned off. Everything about her is just disgusting. I can't. That's
Damn,
why
tell us how you really feel.
when Inky walked off and never called her, half of me was like, I feel you, bro. I feel it's wrong. It's morally wrong, but I feel you. I would have did it too,
You were like, I would rather have the coronavirus than date her.
right? And I've had that many times. Like I would rather, like I get it. I would have just got back on the plane and just be
Mhm.
like, you know what? Nope. Like when
Uh,
you go somewhere
mhm.
and you walk in and the vibe is off and you just walk right back out and you're like, nope, not doing
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. So,
That was
so like Reddit just posted her dating profile. I can't remember if it was Bumble or
Oh
Hinge,
God.
but one of those.
Oh, I saw it. It was just annoying on paper than she is in real life. Did
Yeah,
you see how she described herself?
I saw it, but I didn't retain it because that's how interested I was.
Yeah. So just as annoying as she and superficial as she is in real life, she managed to put that on the dating profile. Like
Mm.
Oh wow.
I would swipe what is it left if you I would swipe left so fast I might break my phone screen. Like if I saw her on my phone, maybe I
Mhm.
wouldn't even swipe. I would just take my phone and toss it in a lake because she's on it now. So now
Mhm.
I have to get a new phone.
Yeah.
Oh.
But like overall, so I'm glad that Tell All was only 2 episodes because if they dragged it out more than that, it would be
Oh yeah,
too
I would
much.
be like murdering myself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
there was no reason whatsoever to go more than 2 episodes. They were scrounging for straws tonight.
yeah.
Was they had to go back and revisit the text messages that we saw it last week that Shekinah walked off and left. They wanted her to talk about it. She wouldn't
Hmm.
obviously wouldn't talk about it. Shekinah is not the type to acknowledge that. But they were scrounging for straws. They even went back to James and Natalia because they're like, "Oh, James cheated on Natalia," and then we get the story, and there she's like, "Oh, he looked at a girl in a bikini on a video," and I'm like, "Girl, that's not cheating." I was
Oh
like,
yeah. Well, I'm sorry. What?
have
That's
you
I
ever been
know.
to Los Angeles? Every girl in Los Angeles is wearing a bikini. That's just grocery store attire. Like, what do you think?
It's a
How,
prerequisite in order for me
right?
to live in
Like,
LA. I'm sorry. Okay. Like, what the fuck?
well, apparently he's not allowed to watch porn without
Do,
her.
do you believe that he doesn't watch porn without her?
Bullshit! I will call
No,
bullshit right fucking now because I watch porn. Okay.
I mean,
Bullshit.
is it
You know who's
me?
doing it?
So, is it me? I don't want to get too weird, but like, I don't know. I would rather watch porn on my own than with someone else. Am I like weird, or do y'all feel the same way?
I do both.
But which
No,
one are you most comfortable doing? Like, I don't know. I would
yeah,
feel a little
no,
uncomfortable.
I feel what you're saying, George. I mean, it's
Yeah,
like,
I get what you mean. Because, like, what if they're like, oh, that's not what I'm into, and then they think you weird?
Well, right. Like, I don't feel like that's a group activity. So when she
I
was
mean,
like,
I
I,
do. I get it.
I,
Like, I'll do it.
I feel like that's something like that's I feel like it's something in my opinion or like in my experience is something that happens like in the early stages of a relationship when it's like brand new and exciting. So maybe you may put that on in the background, but like if you've been together for a while, it's like it's a waste of time.
Really?
well,
Oh no, I don't think that at all.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just some weirdo. I don't know. And well, she said
George is a weirdo.
I'm totally fine with that. But she also said that he can't have female friends, which
Which
we're
I find so. Okay, go do your
well.
thing. I'll do
Remember
mine.
Mary and Brandon?
Hmm.
This is
Mm-hmm.
this is Mary all over again, 100%.
Yeah.
Right? He couldn't
Yeah.
have female friends. He couldn't even get a job. Remember, he had to quit his job because females worked at the job.
I was dying when I remember that.
Yes.
That made me
So
laugh.
she's the same freaking way. She's like, oh well, there's no
Yeah.
reason why he should have a female that he talks to. And I was like, his mom's a female. If he has a sister, his sister's a female. I was like, so what I don't understand is why women think that when they get a guy, he's now blind to every other woman in the world, and he's only gonna look at them. Is that an expectation in real life for real people that you?
No, that's psychotic.
It is psychotic, right?
And
Hmm.
I'll say that because I told you, you go. My best friend is a guy, okay, and he recently was talking to a woman on Bumble or whatever, and she basically kind of dumped him, I guess, because or blocked him because he bought his sister a present.
Well, that's like the friendly thing to do
That's
if you're going to
crazy.
their house for
I
the
was
holiday.
like, dude, you dodged such a fucking bullet. It's like incredible how much of
Well,
a
if
bullet
you're
you
in a relationship
dodged.
and you're going to her family's house, you would bring presents for everybody. Because how
Yeah.
many times have I went to a house for Christmas with a girl I was dating, and their family bought me a present,
Yeah, yes,
right? And
yes.
then I look like an idiot because I didn't get them nothing. So you do.
Yeah.
It happened to me a lot because I was like, "Damn, we haven't even been dating that long. How did your parents know to buy me a present? Like that's weird,
Yeah.
you know? So that's not even a weird thing. So I show up to a family's house and give like girl sisters a present because they give me one. It's normal. I don't want to be with
It's
any
very normal, but
sister,
my point is it was because it was for like a female that it was just like such a red flag. So
Mm,
I'm putting it out there right now. Do not date anybody who is not comfortable if you have friends of the opposite sex because it's very controlling.
yeah,
That
it
is
is,
very controlling.
and it's not
That is
you.
a red flag for me, by the way.
And it's not you, it's them because they have
No, yeah.
a really strong issue with self-worth and self-value, self-esteem, because who you're friends with should not decrease or increase their value. And because Natalia's like, well, if he's talking to other women, then he's not in love with me. And I was like, that's bullshit. There are female waitresses that I talk to when I order my food. I'm not trying to marry any of them. Like
Yeah,
Hmm.
right?
that, right? Like that is like the
What
most
do you mean you said I'll take the check?
Right? That's the most insane thing. And it's like, if someone has that mindset, the last thing that they need to be is in a relationship, let alone married. They need to be in therapy.
Absolutely. Oh
Because
my God, yeah.
Yeah.
Angela tried to. Remember, Michael was on that boat and
Yeah.
he was FaceTiming her. He was on like a ferry boat to get from one part of town to the other. And there were other women, not even with him, also riding the boat because it's a public freaking boat. Everybody can buy a ticket. She flips out on him and starts screaming
Mhm.
and cusses him out. And it's like,
Yeah.
it's
That's
unreal.
fucking scary. I'm sorry, but that's
It's
just like,
unrealistic to believe
yeah.
that you're dating someone so they now are cutting off communication with any civilization that happens to have a vagina. They're going to cut, like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
What if a female cop pulls you over and you are not allowed to talk to females, so you don't roll the, so she
I'm
breaks the window
sorry.
and arrests you, right? Because you have to
I'm
comply,
sorry.
right? Like, how stupid would that sound?
I
That's
mean,
so
the
fucking insane. I can't even tell you how insane that sounds.
like the thing that always
That is funny.
the thing that always
I'm
happens
sorry.
is like a double standard a lot, like Brandon and Mary, where like Mary had male friends, but he wasn't allowed to have female friends. But I feel like that happens in a lot of relationships where the woman may have like guy friends that she doesn't want to admit to the boyfriend that they're interested in her, but they kind of are. And then, but the boyfriend isn't allowed to have female friends.
Yo, you're right.
That's fucking crazy. I'm sorry.
That
I
that
find that
uh,
crazy.
100% real double standard.
Yeah.
Women look at it as, well, I can do it because I made the rule, but you can't do it
Hmm.
because you're a cheater. And I get it. If you've been cheated on before, these rules mightn't be necessary. But if the person has never cheated on you before, because I'm a learn by experience person. So if you got male friends and you've never like done anything with them, or I don't have any suspicions, I'm not gonna have an issue. But if I come home one day and you and your male friend are laid up on the couch on each other watching TV, I'm gonna have an issue. But
Well,
Hmm.
obviously.
until the issue arises, I have enough self value to know if you do want to be with one of your friends, I can just leave. Like,
Mhm.
I'm not gonna tell you stop talking to your friend. Just be with your friend. I don't have to be there.
Hmm.
Exactly. And it's like also like people or couples, this is like why I'm very blessed with the person I'm with. Like I don't have to ask his permission to like, oh, is it okay if I go somewhere, blah blah blah. Like he's like, you're a grown person, like you
I
can do whatever
mean,
you want.
I could tell your fiance is very secure because you do a podcast with two hunks.
I don't
Name
appreciate
Shabooty.
I don't appreciate the level of laughter that you just gave off because it's giving me like you don't believe that. So I'm just gonna say I don't fucking appreciate how hard you
Yeah, thank you for defending us, George.
like. Okay, wow. That tell me how you really feel. Jesus Christ.
You made me
You laugh
snort.
so hard that you could have pissed yourself, and I take offense. I fully take offense to that. Fully.
True.
Awkward
We'll have to edit out
silence.
on her laugh. I'll reduce the volume of the laugh.
Oh my god. You guys, I love you.
Well, your
Aww.
laugh made me feel otherwise.
Oh.
I
Yeah.
felt
Come
other
on, George.
fine. No, it's
It's
fine.
not like I'm making you make out with Corona.
No, no, you're
Mhm.
not. I wouldn't, but you're not. I would rather make out with. Hold on a second.
Angela?
And rather make out with Angela open mouth than make out with Corona.
Okay, while there's a cigarette ashing in your face.
Yeah, open mouth. Yep, all the way.
Mhm.
And fondle.
Damn.
And we can fondle too. Before I would touch.
Shit.
Damn.
Before I would touch Corona. I'm just being real with you. I'm just being
God
real.
damn. Wow. All right.
I'd have to close my eyes, but I would before it would be Corona. Yeah, open mouth. Let it go. I've never tasted Marlboro Lights before, but I'll taste them.
I'll taste them for you, baby.
I'll taste them. As long as I can keep Corona the fuck away from me, I'll do it.
Oh my lord. Jesus.
I
Wow.
can't stand her. I'm just being real. I can't.
Yeah. You feel how I feel about Lauren. Not TJ Maxx Lauren. I mean, the other
Wait,
one.
Lauren from Lauren and Alexi?
Yeah.
Oh, you can't stand her? Yeah, I can't stand her either.
So
No, I think
would you
she's.
rather which Lauren would you gun to your head? Which one would you rather kiss?
Oh
Wait,
God, fuck
no, not
you,
me. You.
man.
No, yeah, her.
Me, I know. mm. Wait, can I get gonorrhea by kissing Lauren?
I don't think gonorrhea is like a kissing disease. I think it's
That's
like
what
a
I thought. It sounds really stupid
sexual
though.
organ.
Your ass may start bleeding, but by proxy. Just
Ugh.
kidding.
Okay, Lauren.
Which one?
Well, yeah,
Damn
you
it.
have which
We know
one?
you, Lauren is the answer.
Uh,
Well, wait, kiss Lauren from Lauren and Alexi, or butt play with Lauren from the.
kiss Lauren from Lauren and Lexi. Don't even finish that fucking sentence.
I mean, I'm just saying it could be
I
butt.
mean, that video you posted was
Mhm.
insane. Like when I saw that, I had horrible
Mhm.
fucking like visuals in my brain. That's why I started drinking that day.
By the way, I think that video is a hit because I think it has like 10,000 plays already or something.
Yeah, it's crazy.
The fact that that happened while he was live was like it was golden.
I
Like
was like
so perfect.
dying. I was like, oh my god. Oh
I
my god.
you know how you're watching things and you think that they're staged because I watch a bunch of videos of like skits and I was like,
Yeah.
this could be a skit, but it's not because it's Lauren. You know that it really happened. Lauren isn't. He's not posting skits. This
Mhm.
stuff really happens. So the fact that he ate bone
Yeah.
and then the bones made his ass bleed all over somebody's couch. It's like you can't make that up.
Okay.
Nobody would think to make a skit about
Mhm.
that. That's why I knew it had to be real.
But my question is, what the fuck is wrong with someone who eats like chicken bones that make their ass bleed? Because have you ever had your ass bleed? It's actually very scary. So,
Wait, I
what?
have stop.
Uh-oh.
Why has your ass been bleeding? Because my ass has never bled. Now I'm curious.
I because sometimes I get very very dehydrated. I don't drink enough water.
Okay.
Um and I cycle a lot. And if you're very dehydrated, that does happen.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. That's how
I
you
thought
can tell
this
you're
was some.
dehydrated.
I thought
Or if
this
you
was.
have saddle sore, you know.
Oh, I thought this was something else.
No.
Oh, okay. So you're not one of those girls.
Girls what?
You know, the girls that take it in that area.
No. I did a couple times. I just decided no.
I mean, it's not pleasurable for girls, so I get it when
It's
girls.
not. Like, why the fuck am I doing that? No.
Well, right, you have to really like the person you're doing it for because it's not pleasurable. Because girls told me all the time, they're like, if you want to do it, it's not going to be fun for me, so you're going to have to do something for me. You know, because I'm not
Yeah.
enjoy that.
And unless the guy likes to see you in pain, it's not a very turn on to see a girl that you're fucking in pain,
It
you
depends on
know.
how messed up the person is that you're
Mhm.
with.
Okay, well this is true. I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah, I
sorry.
bet Sarper would like a woman in pain.
I bet
Oh.
you he rips hair extensions out every night.
Mhm.
He's
Allegedly.
so I and you know, I saw a video of him on TikTok today, and I now honestly believe that's a hair plug.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
I at
Yeah, there's
first,
no
he
way.
first when he first premiered on the show, I thought that the hair didn't move. It didn't look realistic enough for me, and I was like,
Right.
it kind of looks like a toupee, because it didn't move, and it says it has like the perfect amount of product to the point where it just looks like clay, right? It looks like clay. So I was like, it could be that he is wearing a hair plug or a hair.
Or
What
a
do you
hair
call it?
mask.
Mask? Yeah, that's what you call it. And
Yeah.
that's why it looks like that because he does the hair and then puts it on a shelf. So when he puts it on his head, it looks the same every day because he styles it on the shelf and then puts it on his head. I don't know. It definitely looks like it. Now that y'all showed me that photo, I can't
Mhm.
Yeah.
like now I'm like, damn, that's not his hair. I mean, I always suspected it because it looked like clay. I was like, human beings' hair doesn't look like clay. That's just strange.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. It's weird, but that's anyways, I brought that up because this
So
video bothered me. I
do
want to like
anybody feel differently about Sarper after the tell-all? A lot of people on X kept saying like, I actually like Sarper now, and I agree with him a little bit, and I think he's a little less, a nuisance to me now. Do any of y'all feel that way after seeing the tell-all?
I think he's definitely softened up. Um
Mhm.
I think Shekinah had made him that way, and Shekinah is also kind of speaking out now. Before she was very timid, and now she's like, she stands up for herself, which is great. I mean, I think she should. Um but I think I think yeah, I think he's a bit softer than
Hmm.
when we first saw him.
And
Yeah, I see you.
I think from an entertainment perspective, he was the star of the tell-all. So I think he won over a bunch of new fans that way too.
Yeah, a lot of people on X kept saying, "I want to see him host the rest of the show," because he, from what he was doing and how he was facilitating the phone call between Inky, like
Mhm.
they were like, "Let's just see him host the rest of the show." They felt like he took control, and he was less of an a-hole tonight. They were just like, "This is a different side," and it's like, that's what isn't that what they say? You can wear somebody down, like when you get into a relationship, and that's what women say. I can fix that guy, right? I feel like
Oh yeah.
is slowly fixing Sarper, right? Like when she found him, he was on the side of the road, he was leaking oil, he was smoking, he was overheating, he was a hot mess. And I feel like now she's like slowly, piece by piece,
Hmm.
fix him. I don't think he can be fully fixed. I think that Sarper is always going to be Sarper to some extent, but I think maybe she'll make him a decent human being. That she can maybe take out in public and not be embarrassed. Like maybe she can do it.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that.
One thing I agree with Sarper on is like it's weird that where he's like, yeah, a woman doesn't need the passwords to like your phone and shit, and I agree with him on that.
Wait,
Oh, so
what?
you think that a woman shouldn't go through your phone under any circumstances?
Yeah,
You
and vice
Oh, come
versa.
on.
so you think trust is trust. If you don't trust me, then we shouldn't be together.
Yeah, like I'm not
I
gonna
mean,
go through your
yeah,
phone and you don't go through my
I
phone.
do. Okay. I see that. Yeah, I mean,
Um,
like I think without trust you really don't have anything.
I agree. I mean, like I said, I only don't trust people until they give me a reason not to.
hmm.
I go in it
Exactly.
thinking that you're doing the right thing. And then, I'm observing. And if I observe some stuff I don't like and I stop trusting you, then I will need to see things to know, to be reassured. But I don't go into a relationship like, let me check your phone. Or if someone gets a text, who are you?
Yeah, of
I
course.
don't go into relationships like that. But if you give me a reason to, I can be jealous. Like I can be. But if I feel like you're doing something and then you give me reason after reason to believe it, then and then I don't even know if I would stay in the relationship. Once I get to that point, if I don't trust you, I don't really see the point of go continuing. I'll just
Yeah,
probably walk away.
true.
Yeah, I mean, as far as like for me, like I don't need to go through his phone, whatever, he doesn't need to go through my phone. I think we trust each other obviously because otherwise what's the point of being with someone?
Well, you have male friends and he has female friends, so y'all obviously trust each
Yeah.
other. And I
Yeah.
think if you get into a relationship and you fully trust each other, y'all are the foundation is set, right? And because I'm that
Absolutely.
if you don't ever give me a reason to not trust you, I'll trust you blindly. I really will because if you always say what
Yes.
you do and do it and follow through and never give me a reason to doubt you, then I'll just trust you blindly. I don't even need proof. I just
It's
do it.
like show me with action, not words.
Exactly. Exactly. If I
Yeah.
never see you doing anything that is sus or whatever, if I have no reason to be weird, I'm not gonna be weird. I'll just trust you.
Yeah,
Hmm.
absolutely. I agree.
True. Well, we I know we have a ton of topics for 90 Day Fiance Fridays that I
Oh,
can't wait to talk about, but we should save them for Friday.
yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Well, there's a massive topic that came out today, but we don't really have time to get into that, and it involves the bin and mahogany, but we don't really have
Hmm.
time.
Oh yeah.
You
It's
did you
gonna
see
take,
this? You saw the secondary post, right, from this
yeah,
tonight?
that's
Yeah,
what not
yeah,
even enough time to get into all of this because
yeah.
that topic
Yeah.
itself is probably 30 minutes long. So
Oh
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, and then depending on if I have a drink or not, then maybe I could sing the Lauren leaking butt song parody too.
yeah, I want to record it. I
Oh
feel like we should
God.
Hmm.
because it's
Oh
Christmas.
God.
And at the end of every show, we can play it, right? Like I feel like because it's Christmas time, it would be
Yeah,
fitting.
yeah. We could end the show with that song. Yeah.
It's really good. I was like singing it, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is really good." We
No,
have
we
to.
should get fans to say, "Hey, you should record your own rendition of it, then we could play your rendition."
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. I'm down. I'm totally down.
Yeah,
I didn't know that Coco could sing until she posted her doing karaoke the other week.
Oh, stop it.
So I didn't know that. So whenever
What do
we
you
do,
I can't sing.
what are you talking about? You sound good.
What are you
So
talking about?
whenever we do a live show, Coco and I are gonna open the show with a song.
Oh no, okay.
Yeah, we'll do like Dua Lipa or something. We'll do like and we'll do
Alright.
a
Mhm.
choreographed
I
dance
can
number.
only sing Amy Winehouse. I'm sorry.
Only? Okay, okay, I can
Yeah.
work with that. We'll do rehab. I can
They're
work.
trying to make me go to rehab. I said no, yes, yes. By the way, fun fact, I actually sang that song while at a rehab.
Oh, that's fitting.
Because no, they had karaoke nights. And so we could choose our song, and every time I sang rehab, and I actually angered a couple people.
Well,
So
I was gonna say it might have been a little insensitive.
it's a little inappropriate
Yeah, for the
to
guest.
sing rehab at a rehab.
Well, yeah, it might have been a little triggering for the people who were there against their will, because not everybody is like
Right.
there, because they want to. Sometimes the judge told them to do it, right?
Well,
So
Mhm.
for those people,
this was not the type of rehab where a judge would appoint you to go.
Mhm.
But I get your point.
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny at the time.
Apparent. Oh, by the way, real quick, like on last Friday's show, apparently people really liked when Coco was talking about her affection for balls.
oh, was that a hot topic?
Wait, who are these
I
people
don't
and
know, but
what's
that
his
was like the
name?
highlight for them was when they heard Coco love her love of balls was like a highlight.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh.
it's always interesting to hear what people are really interested in talking about, right? Like
Mm.
Riley,
Well, sex sells.
Hmm.
it does. It does. I was a little surprised when Riley. Wait, did he subscribe to your?
No, he did. He actually messaged me and he said, he actually apologized to me. He was like, "I'm so sorry if it made you feel uncomfortable." I was like, "No, like it's really hard to make me feel uncomfortable." But he was just joking.
Oh, I thought he was being for.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably better this way, so it won't be weird if he ever comes back on the show, right? It's probably better this way.
Yeah.
Hmm.
We don't want him to feel embarrassed and never want to come back on. Because, a lot of my friends are on OnlyFans and I refuse to look at it.
Well,
'Cause
yeah. I
I feel
mean,
like it's going to mess things up and I don't want that. So, like, even if people send it to me, like, I won't look at it because I'm like, no, I just feel like it's going to
well,
make
for
things
sure.
weird. Because I don't want to see my friends naked. So it's like I feel like it would make things awkward and there's no reason for that.
I agree.
True.
But I have seen OnlyFans of people that I know but aren't close friends. So
Uh,
like acquaintances, associates. So when I see them, it's a little weird. It's kind of weird. But
Mhm.
I don't think that they know that I saw. Like I didn't subscribe. I've never. Okay, guys, I've
Oh,
never subscribed to an OnlyFans before. But
mhm.
like I've seen people
Oh,
have, and then
it's like I posted it on my threads. Like, there's this like 90-day fiance fan that I'm friends with, I guess you could say, but she's on OnlyFans, and then she posted on her threads account that like apparently her like high school teacher subscribed to her OnlyFans.
oh my god.
oh, that's weird. See, that's so
Okay,
now.
I have one better. There was a girl who was on OnlyFans and her uncle subscribed to her.
Wait, is did she go on like a talk show?
Yeah, I think
I
so.
saw
Mhm.
I saw the talk show she was on.
Yeah.
And then the uncle told her dad, right? Isn't that how it worked?
Well, I don't know. I just read about the uncle pot and then I
Yeah,
just
he
like
was on a
dipped
talk
out.
and it was an uncle, and then the uncle told her parents or her dad or something. Yeah, it was a whole thing. I saw that.
Mhm.
Oh my god.
People are so, but a lot of people were coming after her because they were like, "Well, you put it out there; it was public," and I'm like, "Yeah, but she didn't put it out there for her family." But a lot of people were like,
Yeah.
"Public is public; it is what it is." But it's like I'm still freaked out more so that her uncle subscribed,
Yeah, like what's that
right?
excuse? Yeah. He could
Why
have
did
just told
you do
her
that?
parents. He didn't have to subscribe.
Well, exactly. You could. How many times have I found an OnlyFans of someone that I know and then clicked out of it? You don't have to subscribe. That's taking it
Exactly.
too far.
Mhm.
Exactly. I agree.
True. Should we end it on that note?
Sure.
Yeah, we'll end it. So episode. Oh no, season 6 of The Other Way is done.
Hmm.
Last
Yes.
episode is aired next week, the 2nd of December. We will be starting out the 90-day last resort.
Yeah, and I'm on
Do you
the
know?
fence. I'm on the
Woo!
fence of that, like the last resort wrap up show or whatever it's called.
Well, yeah, you said they were filming something in New York, so we're gonna get some sort of tell-all-ish type show at the end, which we've never
No,
gotten.
but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like Between the Sheets.
Oh, you mean the after show? After show? Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm down to watch whatever,
Hmm.
but
Well, because so apparently Last Resort is going to be 2 hours because that right because it's going to be 8 to 10, and then at 10 o'clock is Between the Sheets. I think
wait, is it 2 hours? But last year wasn't it just an hour a week?
it was 1 hour in the first season, but I think this is going to be 2 hours because unless there's something at 9, because it starts at 8. Last Resort starts at 8, and then the Between the Sheets starts at 10.
Oh, oh,
Interesting.
yeah. Is
Yeah,
that necessary?
I don't know, but
'Cause we're gonna be watching Josh and Natalie pretend that they're still in a relationship, and we know they haven't been in like a year and a half. So is that even necessary?
Uh-huh.
I don't know, but they're dragging it content wise if they're gonna do this like behind whatever under the sheets, whatever the fuck it's called show.
Well, they did last year, but they made it a podcast that no one listened to.
Yeah,
So I don't know why they think that they putting it on TV is going to make it any better. Like if you did a podcast and no one listened to it, then you shouldn't spend money to put it on TV if no one listened.
yeah.
So, but I'll try to watch, right? But I don't really want to hear the doctors like
Hmm.
their take on why these people are fucked up because I already know they're just fucked up. So like I don't really want to know the scientific reason why they can't stay in a healthy relationship.
Right.
I just want
Yeah,
to see throw a glass at Jasmine and then Jasmine smack her. That's what I want to see.
yeah. I'll judge whether I watch the Between the Sheets or whatever it's called. I'll look at like Captain Picard's tweets, and if Captain Picard is like throwing out hot fire after 10 p.m., then maybe I'll watch it.
Well, yeah,
Mm.
she is a
Yeah.
good. She can get a viral tweet off of it. You should probably watch it. You're
Yeah,
right
yeah.
because she.
But if it looks lame from the viral tweets, I'm not gonna watch it.
Well, she can take a pretty boring show and get some good shit out of the tweets.
That's
So
very true.
yeah, so we'll see how it goes, and we'll get her opinion on it too, and see what she thinks. Because 3 hours a night for the show, that could be a lot. You're
Yeah.
not wrong. That
That
could be a lot.
is, yeah. I mean, it's like with Love After Lockup, it's always an hour and 30 whatever minutes. It's like, my God, if you think about it, it's a fucking movie.
Hmm.
No, you're right. We're
But
watching a.
then George, you're gonna have to figure out you're gonna do your Instagram show, your podcast, but you're gonna figure out how you're gonna fit that in with the Between the Sheets show.
Well, I'll probably just do the podcast without watching it
Yeah,
because I have a small window, because I have to be done by a certain time because a lot of people that listen live work, so we can't be going live past 11:30. So
yeah,
I'll probably just do it before it airs.
true. Cool. Well, look for that next week, people.
Yeah.
We're getting that, so fingers crossed it's good. Gino and
Woo.
Jazz TV. I know we didn't want it just
Oh,
yet.
and then hopefully, like Friday is the day after Thanksgiving, but hopefully, one of you two, will be available for.
I will be.
Yeah.
Just real quick, Larissa is now a Raiders girl. I don't know what's going on with her Instagram, but apparently is she like a Raiders cheerleader now? I have no idea, but
What?
I was just peeping at it and her whole bio is just Raider Nation. So I don't know if she got hired by the Raiders. I'm in Las Vegas. We're obviously Team Raiders, but she's been at every single game, front row.
Oh,
What?
really?
Yeah.
Well, you have to
So
let me
I'm
know.
curious as what if they hired her because if you look at her bio, it's just it doesn't even mention reality TV. It just mentions the Raiders.
Well, when she was on House of Villains, she mentioned like she's a Raiders fan, super fan.
Yes, she
Yeah,
did.
well,
Yeah.
like, but for the fact that she puts that's all on her bio is a very bit like okay.
Hmm.
Well, you're the spokesperson for it because she has me blocked.
Oh, uh-oh.
You have to report this to
Hmm.
me because now I'm interested and I can't look. So
I
now
will.
you're the official spokesperson for this now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Or
she may have me
tell her
blocked
that
too.
I
I'm not
blocked.
sure.
Oh, she didn't have me blocked.
Yeah,
Not
I
yet.
made some early on comments about her kids and her not bringing them over here, and she didn't take well to it. So I've been blocked for a long time.
Yeah,
Good.
well, she's clearly not taking care of her kids because she's like at every single Raiders game.
Well, yeah, I stand by what I said, but I probably shouldn't have said it.
True. I want to see her in front of the sphere so I can see 3 spheres.
Well, yeah, that's my first thought was, how is she going to contain those things to be a Raiders girl and actually dance? That was
Hmm.
my question. I would like to see that. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Cool. Well, I guess we're not talking to the fans until after Thanksgiving. So happy early Thanksgiving, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Given.
Woo.
Everybody eat a lot and try not to hurt anyone in your family, please.
Well,
Because
take lots of Valium if you need to.
yeah,
Hmm.
whatever you need, alcohol, Valium. Try not to do cocaine though, but whatever you need to keep your family and you out of jail, because you'd have to stay the whole weekend, guys. The whole weekend.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do to get along with everybody.
Yeah, and then we'll join y'all for 90 Day Fiance Black Friday.
Oh, it's Black Friday.
Woo.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll have quite a bit of alcohol. So
Mm,
usually we have a lot left over after the dinner. So yeah, I'll have quite a bit.
Yes, absolutely. I'm excited.
true. And yeah, if you haven't seen the Ben and Mahogany tea, check out my Instagram at Shabooty.com
Yep.
and follow
Yeah, go look.
George Mossey at George Mossey and follow Coco Vegas at Coco Vegas with 2 S's, I think.
It's Las Fake Ass.
Yeah, big ass, which I think is very fitting.
Yeah.
Thank Thank you, George.
Even though,
Wowza.
even though she laughed really hard when we were,
Is it my fault that you guys are not 85 years old? Is
I
it
th-
really my fault?
I kind of think it's my mom's fault because she decided when I was born, I guess.
Oh.
Because black don't crack, so you're good.
But yeah, I took
Cool.
it personally.
I'm
It.
sorry, George. I apologize. Would you like to see a picture of my tits?
Yes.
Yeah. Cool.
Sit-
All right, well, I think that's a good note to edit on
All
Coco's
right, yeah,
tips.
let's bye.
All right, everybody, have a good. I almost said Halloween. Have a good Thanksgiving.
Thanks.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone. See y'all Friday.